It's time to keep track. Here are the final stats.
Trackers. Nigel, why don't you hit us with the old curse tracker?
This one was kind of light. So this movie had a total of 8 curses. One hell. There's actually 2, but one of them he's actually talking about hell in the noun, so I didn't count it. 2 uses of shit. 1 use of ass, which talking about his stomach doing hula hoops around his ass. He says God twice, and he actually says fuck once and motherfucker once, so I counted 2 fucks. And then obviously honorable mention to a-holes and frigging and all the other non-swears he says earlier on in the movie.
Yeah. It seems like Cage does that a lot, where he's like, no, I don't feel like this character would curse that much. Yeah. Unless he's in a real situation, you know. Or
it's like part of his character development is he curses more as the movie goes along because he's getting in the shit more, so to speak. So it actually kind of means something when he says fuck or motherfucker at some point.
Yeah.
That brings our total on this first episode of season 3 up to 591 across all of these films.
This is our 31st movie, I believe, out of his official movie count. Dark doesn't count as a movie in, like I've said, more ways than one. And the best of times.
Best of times.
All right, runtime. This had a runtime of 136 minutes, which is the second longest movie that we've ever done, behind Face Off, which was 139 minutes. So I don't know why this movie had to be so long.
It's not. It doesn't.
It didn't feel like
too long.
It didn't feel like it drug like Face Off did in certain points.
Yeah,
I felt like this one was pretty well paced, even though it is super long. It took me 3 separate sittings to do the breakdown because it's so freaking long. Hours I spent on this stupid thing. So, yeah, I don't know if that's just maybe that's like a mandate of these summer blockbusters. Gotta make them over 2 hours so that they can justify paying for the air conditioning for the people going to watch a movie. I don't know. But 136 minutes. Nudity, there was none that I saw. There was Nick Cage naked for a second, but not actually showing anything, unfortunately. This was an R-rated film. Usually, nowadays, these movies are all PG-13. They don't do the R-rated blockbusters as much anymore because it limits the audience size you can have. State and country tracker, we did actually add a state. We were in D.C. and California for the bulk of the movie, but we did go to Kansas for a moment, and it counts. So that brings us up to 17 total states and 17 total countries now. Yeah, it's nice to be able to put something in the flyover states in the heartland of America on the map that we've been tracking his states with. Budget versus gross, $75 million budget, $335.1 million gross. Substantial, whatchamacallit? It made money.
Return.
Yes. Substantial return on the investment, which is why Michael Bay just kept rolling along in the 90s and early 2000s with these, because he was making tons of money off of these movies. That brings our grand total up to $997.7 million budget, just right below $1 billion now. And our gross is $2.317 billion. I wonder where that number's going to end up. I feel like, we're slowly getting through the blockbusters, and we're going to head back into the weeds of the direct-to-video movies and stuff. So on our top grossing, that is now the second highest grossing movie behind National Treasure, which made 347.5. So this made, if you go with the Holy Trilogy, this was the most successful. Face Off was at 245.7, and then Con Air was at 224. So all three of those movies that all came out within a year of each other made over $220 million each. So huge year for Cage. On the ratings, this is the 15th R-rated film. So now we have no Gs, 2 PGs, 8 PG-13s, 15 R-rateds, and 6 unrateds, which leads us over to the kill tracker.
All right, for kills, he racked up 3 kills in this one, which brings us to a grand total of 163 kills, no deaths, and then I jokingly said that he was resurrected once, kind of, because you put there kind of, so it was a joke, but then he wasn't resurrected, so
kind of,
we're still like 2 and 2.
We have so two total resurrections through all of our films.
Yeah.
From here on out, after this episode, I'm throwing that shit out because we never talk about it.
Yeah, I think
until we see a resurrection, then we'll talk about it.
But it's kind of funny. Like we talk about it all the time. He started out dying quite a bit when we first started, and now it's been a hot second. But
we have slowed down substantially. I feel like it was 5-6 movies in a row that he died, and then 3 since then.
Yeah.